The following game has not been rated by the ESRB. However, it does contain light to moderate amount of combat, as well as things exploding and an active volcano, which, well, kills everything that is not hiding. So, figure probably around, if it were to get an ESRB rating, probably around teen or so. So, with that in mind, anyone under the age of 13 or so probably should not be watching this video. Also, furthermore, this game is technically still in early access. That means this game is not complete. So therefore, what you will see in the following video may not reflect the final product that is eventually finished. You have been warned. Greetings and salutations, I am Outlier, and I bid you welcome to this channel. Joining me today is, of course, my usual co-hosts, Snowball and Wolf. And today we're returning back to Volcanoids. Well, I don't blame you if you've forgotten what Volcanoids is. It's been a while since I've played it. The premise of Volcanoids is that you are an explorer sent to this island that was formerly settled by your people, and they had to leave because a volcano threatened to wipe everything out. Basically, picture like a Pompeii-esque scenario where you have this volcano which causes a pyroclastic flow. Pyroclastic? Yeah, I think it's called pyroclastic flow. Not certain about the pronunciation. Basically, it's a volcano that shoots out a bunch of ash and toxic gas that runs along at ground level, killing pretty much everything in its wake. And so they had to abandon the island, and they eventually returned. I can't remember if before the original evacuation or shortly thereafter, they discovered that there's this whole entire civilization of automations running around on the place. And top of all the automations, you have the volcano to still worry about, which erupts pretty much on clockwork, which is kind of nice, given although it does mean on the normal modes you only have about 20 to 25 minutes between eruptions to actually do anything. And unless you are on the starting submarine, basically submarine that you first arrived in, your only chance for surviving the volcano is this craft known as a drillship, which is this ship with a large drill at the front. And it's able to burrow beneath the ground. In addition to being a safe haven against the volcano, it's also one of your primary means of transport. The other primary means is walking. And it also serves as your base and crafting hub. So as you proceed along in the game, you're able to research various things and new technologies and build and upgrade the drill ship. And that allows you to build better weapons and other equipment that allows you to proceed further into the island or even further deeper and below ground to... I guess you're at war with the automations because you're constantly fighting them and they're constantly fighting you, so... I should point out that this game is in early access, so not only is everything that you see in this video, subject to change, it's also not complete yet. So they're still adding new features, hopefully still adding a storyline, new abilities, all that fun stuff. So there's also that to contend with. But still, we press on. And this game is, of course, made by... Thank you again. That being said, let us begin. Alright, so this is the drillship, and apparently there's a whole bunch of new stuff that they've added. I should point out, the last time I played this was in March, and apparently there is a... Well, it looks like the ship is actually on. That's new. Probably should not be that close to the driver's seat. We have a whole bunch of new quests, and I don't actually know if we are topside or not. We are, in fact, topside. Okay. I do know that the controls were slightly different than most of the games that I'm used to. So I know tab brings up the menu. Well, not the menu, the inventory screen. Three is the guns. 1 is to repair and build things. 2 is to mine. 4 is health packs. 5 is explosives. But we do have a bunch of quests that weren't there originally. So we have a longer drill ship. We need to install a drill ship segment. Drill ship is getting short on space. No kidding. So that's not the door yet, so yeah, there's that. Produce and install the segment upgrade to make the drill ship longer. This is an old quest, so this one I'd known before. I do also still have to raid a cog drill ship. The automations are known as cogs. And I need to get ready by stocking up on ammo and medkits and approach the ship. And I do need to find one shredder to, I guess, complete that quest. I do also need to complete a research work table and produce sailor beds, which is a new quest because I don't have any bunk beds on the drill ship, apparently. I do also have to gather destroyed modules, produce research intel, destroy a tier 2 cog drill ship, and get an explosive schematic. So for the simple explosive schematic, we need a way how to destroy the whole drill ship and how to rip out their machinery for the research. Some form of explosive weapons will be needed for that, so we'll accept that quest. But we still need a research work table. It's E, not F. F jumps. See? Yay! Okay, so production. Device. Oh, we need beds. Just get that. A pilot seat. Table, refinery work table. So research. So I know the work table originally was just this. Well, this thing right here, and it allowed you to produce some basic components without the need for a construction module, which is this thing. So the construction module basically happens automatically. You just tell it to build things and it'll build them. I don't believe it does things in sequential order. So if, like, say something right here, say for the bed that I just built, I need 2 copper bolts and 2 copper plates. If I didn't have the bolts or the plates, I would not be able to actually make them. Well, make the bed, because I would have to make each component first. But the production station does allow me to stack various things, and it happens automatically to an extent. So I can just put an order for like 10 bolts and walk away, and the drill ship will make them itself. Memory serves, with the work table, I would need to actually sit here and make everything myself. Plus, the work table requires that I have all the components in my inventory, whereas the production module draws from the inventory of the drill ship itself. So, for instance, if I hit here, I can pull the bed out, switch to 1, and have nowhere to put it. And then put that there because it's literally the only place I can put the thing. Not certain what it does, but well, I guess its function will be added later if it does anything. Oh, you're now sleeping in bed. Your inventory is saved and will be restored next time you join this game, unless the bed itself is destroyed. Okay. So it basically serves as a means of inventory keeping. Because I think I saw on one of the tooltips that the game is now co-op enabled, so you can have multiple people running around in the world. I don't much care for playing with other people, so I'm currently offline, and fully intend to always be offline, unless the game prevents me from doing so. So with that out of the way, it looks like we also need to build, so as I was talking about the work table, it allows us to build certain things. It looks like there's now a refinery work table, a research work table. So I can now technically build one each of these. And the quest to raid a cog drill ship is flashing, because apparently the drill ship is going up and coming down. So there's no drill ship care and required components were found. And continue on other tasks. So I need to take the research table, which I'm not entirely certain I actually have any space for anymore. See, the drill ship's now back. Let's actually close this door. Where is it? I'll just take both of them. No, we will not be taking everything. Alright, so that was fun. Alright, so there's no way to actually where to easily put that, so upgrade segment. I need 5 copper bolts for a new drill ship segment. So we go to components, and for a copper bolt we need a copper ingot. So I apparently don't have copper ingots, but I do have copper ore, so we'll make 1 copper ingot at the refinery station. And then 1 copper bolt from the copper ingot. And that allows me to build the upgrade. It is going to take a while. And also build a bigger drill ship core by the looks of it. And a hardened drill, though that requires a whole bunch of stuff. Alright, so that's been built. So, where is it? So we basically go into storage. Pull out the segment, and I believe we go here. Yeah. Drill ship segment can only be, I actually already have one. Although the segments are only installed underground. Because of how the game works. Okay, who was shooting? The same, because of how the game works, you can't just simply add on something to the drill ship right here. So I actually have to close everything down, go underground, install the segment, which apparently is... which is apparently already on there. and when I come back up, it should be 2 segments in length. So the eruption is going to happen in about 8 minutes, so I don't see much need to actually just go down underground right now. Let's go exploring a little bit. See if there isn't small amounts of resources we can't gather. Just reload everything real quick. Copper ore. That's a refinery, no, manufacturing. Give me drill ship. There's another drill ship over there. It doesn't tell me what type it is, but it's flagged as my objective. So to complete the Raid Cog drill ship quest, I have to go and destroy it. Where am I? That does take some getting used to. Alright, so since enemies seem to be coming from over here, it's a safe bet to actually head this way to look for stuff. Probably should stay on the guns. Pistol seems to have a higher range. And, of course, the shotgun. As I've said, shotgun is designed for close-range weapons. Well, close-range usage, and it's not designed for accuracy. Yes, the drill ship is taking damage. It can handle itself. If it can't, then, well, I guess I'm dead in 6 minutes. Over this way. Looks like some coal on the beach. I'm always looking for more coal. Of course, now that drill ship has been flagged. Hoping I can get back up here. I'm assuming we can go that route. Given the fact that given the fact that the drill ship is run on coal, I'll never say no to more coal. I called it the auger the last time. I don't really name the drill ships. Maybe in a future update. Alright, so this is some iron scrap. Interesting. Usually those only last for one swing. Got 4 minutes left. I should really head back. I guess I don't have any repair kits on me, so... So these all seem to be research grade robots. You can tell based off of the color. Manufacturing ones are blue, refinery ones are red, research are green. And then there's also black ones, which I think are military based. But don't hold me to that. Another one's coming. I'm fairly certain I'm actually out of range right now. Of course, the next eruption's happening in less than 3 minutes. So what I should probably do, rather than wait for that guy to come to me, just basically head in and get underground. Not like I'm doing much of anything right now anyway, so why not? Just, I like making certain all the doors and windows are closed before we hide from the eruption. Also, close up all the modules. That actually works again. Alright, and then we just, I guess, I'm going to say hop in the seat, but we actually hit this thing. Ah, that must be the other drill ship off in the distance over here. Yeah, the volcano will even destroy the automation, so cogs. So I'm helping the pilot seat, and we're actually able to travel to various different locations. So we can go here. So this is basically the underground-ish area. It's where you go to travel to various landing spots, and underground you can go and pick up various resources like the coal or various other things that I just picked up here. You can also tunnel between the surface and the caves area, or I could just resurface here at this new location. But given the fact that it's 31 seconds I should say, until the volcano erupts, it's probably a bad idea to just simply go there. I can technically travel through the lava, although it heats everything up, and I risk the ship being destroyed as it melts. And I was hoping to actually catch the volcano erupting. This is actually a bad spot for it. This is a hill in the way. But there it goes. And here comes the pyroclastic flow. And everything turns from green to gray. Of course, all the underground resources also reset, so that's kind of nice. Then we just simply go back up. They gave these villages names now. And if the segment's installed like they think it is, I should pop up and... No, it is not. Okay then. I thought there was actually a segment there, so let's go back underground real quick. Actually see the volcano spewing out stuff. For some reason, you don't choke on the ash after the initial explosion. Not that I'm complaining, but it does seem slightly odd. We're now underground. I think I got it in inventory. So I believe we go here. We should put that there. And now we have access to a second segment. Huh. Actually, I figured that would that space wouldn't actually spawn until after we came back up. If we go to the surface again, we now have two segments. See the second one right here. Alright, so went below ground. Technically everything's still off, so we just simply open that. Open that. Guess I don't actually have one for the turrets just yet. So I guess they get to turn on manually. Oh, and the storages. I also have to open those up as well. And the power plants. Alright, so now everything's up and running. So right, now that I have a second compartment, oh look, a red one. There's a, I'll say shredder, but no, that's a miner's head. So I'm guessing that's a refinery one now. Given the type of cogs that are coming out of it. Alright, so as I was saying, now we should probably work on, since we now have an expanded drill ship, we should probably fill it with stuff so that way this area seems less cramped. Should also empty out my inventory. It's kind of weird. Alright, so since it doesn't look like the turrets are actually covering the back area all that much, I'm definitely going to need to put turrets on the back end. What I kind of did the last time. Put turrets on each side on the front, and turrets on each side on the back segments, and then what will eventually be the two middle segments, I just simply had the manufacturing and storage and power. I really should figure out what exactly I want. So let's go to structure. Look for the flooring. Because this just gets me the window, the ladder, and the door. Could have sworn there was also floors as well. Maybe that gets unlocked later. But to get more turrets, I need more copper plates and apparently copper gun components as well. Okay, that's a new thing. Dials are apparently an object now, as is copper levers and iron bullet casings. As are copper bullet casings. Learning something new every time. Alright, so that's the same. This is technically the same. These are going to be the same. Same for now. Yeah, it's mostly the same stuff. Okay. I mean, the turrets are taking them out eventually, but they're able to actually get shots in. So, in theory, in the long one, if I just simply sit around puttering about all day, which I technically am doing, they'll eventually destroy the drill ship because I'll probably eventually run out of bullets. Alright, so first things we should do is put in the research workbench right here, and the refinery workbench right here. Although that's technically a little bit not where I wanted it. There we go. And I have no idea what this lets me do. Apparently I also need coal in order to... Oh, I now have access to black powder. But in order to refine things, I now need to use coal. As for research... There it is. This seems to be the same. So... You have to now research schematics for built-in refinery module technology of Tier 1. Unlocks the ability to manufacture refinery module for drill ships where ores can be effectively refined. So I'm assuming initially you don't have access to like the automated refine. Well, I'm assuming now you don't have access to things like the automated refinery like this thing right here or the automated manufacturing unit like this thing right here. It's just the last time I played, these two things didn't exist yet, so they weren't in. So I now have to research them, and I need Intel for Intel Research Refinery Tier 1 in order to research those. So for that, I would need to either refine a destroyed Tier 1 module, 2 miner heads, 1 spare refinery, or multiple, or 2 shredders, or 1 Tier 2 refinery module. Let's see what we have in inventory. So we do have 4 miner heads, 9 builder, and 1 explorer. Of course, I think that might actually just be this thing's inventory. Could have sworn... Yeah, I could have sworn that when all the storages are open, you'd have access to everything all at once. I guess they changed that. No, actually, I'm looking at it and it's the exact same stuff. Never mind, I'm crazy. So we take the miner heads. Take half the coal. I guess it does run by itself. It just doesn't pull from storage like the automated ones do. There we go. We'll get the schematic. So I need 5 sulfur power for the actual refinery pieces, although I can get simple explosives just by, researching the refinery stuff. And this is how you improve the technology. So I'm assuming that allows us to now technically build more things. We go here. I mean, I guess it now unlocks that technically unlocks the grenade. I think. I don't believe I saw it there before. So if we do that again, this time we bring sulfur powder with us. We can get the refinery tier 1. Let's just re-heal real quick. Look here. Research production intel, accept that. And gather destroyed modules. Cannot quite certain where that got me. Other than, something. I guess I put that in the core. So I gotta walk the drillship cargo. Pull, I guess, this thing out. And produce intel production... Well, production research. That's a quest finished. Skill, does not end here. We'll have much more than this. Upgrades. Various things. Okay. And I would need more sulfur powder, but I'm out of sulfur. I don't have enough sulfur powder, but I should have sulfur ore. Which, if we go back to this thing, although I could technically just refine it. Need 5 sulfur ore. I can go back here, and then get production tier 1 schematics. Don't have enough sulfur ore for that. Okay then. I will accept the destroyer tier 2 cog ship. I do have a module repair kit. Okay. Grab that. Quiet you. Don't think I actually need 2 shotgun shells to kill one. And they actually shot a hole in my ship. They actively did that. Okay. going to need a patch kit, and for that I need bolts. Consumable. There's the patch kit. Take that out. I could technically do this from the inside, but it's easier to see on the outside. I then walk over here, around and up the thing, and replace that. Wall is fixed. Alright, so, turrets. I need 5 copper plates, so technically I need 10 copper, well, non-copper plates, because I want 2 of them, and each one requires 5. I don't know how many copper tubes I need, because I'm already at 2, and then I need 2 copper gun components. 1, 2. That's 50. No. I said be quiet. They broke a hole yet again into the side of the vessel. That was not necessary. I actually have 13 copper tubes, so... And we actually need more copper ingots, because we are now technically out. 20 of those. No, so the alloy tier 1 is a copper and an iron. And then that's iron. And iron ingots from scrap metal. And could also make crystals from raw crystals. Make black powder from sulfur powder. So I'm guessing, yep, there's now 2 holes. Luckily, this thing's technically not broken. Now I'm going to need 2 patch kits. For that, I need more bolts. You know what? The volcano is going to erupt in about 4 minutes anyway. So what I'm going to do is just wait for it to finish doing its thing. Do I not have more ingots? Get moving. Gonna fix up this panel real quick. So that way it doesn't get blown up as I'm not standing right next to it. Right here, I'm gonna shut this door. I'm gonna take out of storage the 2 patch kits I got, as well as the 2 turret modules. I go all the way back over this way. I'm gonna fix these right here, and then put the turrets in. And then I need more ammo. But the volcano is going to erupt in 2 minutes anyway, so let's shut it all down and get below ground. So now that we're underground, let's go wander about looking for more sulfur, because I do know that something can show up down here, and we'll pick up any copper or basically anything else that we happen to find along the way. Like this coal pile right here. And then there's this sulfur pile, and this coal pile, and then this copper pile. And this copper pile. And this coal pile. We stop right here. It's technically, well, no, I would say that there's technically this tree over here, but the volcano's over here. So you can get a better idea for how the volcano erupts from where we're currently at. Boom. Here we go. Big mushroom cloud of ash. Deadly flow. That is not a poop joke. And everything goes from green to gray. Again. Now I think about it, I don't think I actually closed the windows. I would like it if there was a means of means of getting out of the periscope without actually leaving. So look, a shredder. Just grab that. And the broken refinery module while we're here. So what I'm going to do is, rather than go back to where we just were, I'm going to take the drill ship back to the harbor, which is actually this one right here. So the harbor is your starting location. It's as close to a safe zone as possible in this game. So don't believe the cogs will actually show up and attack your drill ship, or even you, while you're, well, docked at the harbor, for lack of a better term. Landed at the harbor, above ground at the harbor. I should point out that while your drill ship can technically travel below ground, you can't actually just surface anywhere. You have to surface at these little breaching spots. Again, for lack of a better term. So if we get out here, and we go up, open this up, turn you on, and then open everything else. I probably should actually put in ones for the turrets and the power units, although as I said, I believe this is as close to a safe harbor as possible, so we shouldn't technically need the turrets open, because we shouldn't be getting attacked. So we'll just grab this here. Grab this here. Oh, there's actually 3. Interesting. Now, these houses at this time aren't explorable. You can't actually go inside them. And I mentioned the submarine that you first show up in. That's the submarine right there. So we just walk down this nice sandy dock, board the sub. For some reason all the doors are still open. I'm fairly certain I left them open. And this is the captain. So this is the captain. He's pretty much the only other person I should say, on this island, and he's the one that's been giving you all the quests. So we talked to him, and no quests available because I already picked them up. There's also basic manufacturing facilities here. Because it's a spawning pit. More place. Some more beds. Well, there were automated manufacturing facilities here. I guess they swapped them out for the workbenches. Well, that makes much better sense, truth be told. But basically, if you lose your drill ship, or you don't have a drill ship, or you don't have the correct module for the drill ship and lack the ability to build more, you can always go to the sub for basic manufacturing and refinery capabilities. I think in the harder levels, or on the level that I'm playing now, while you technically do need to steal the drill ship that you pilot, the drill ship that you first get basically just shows up here heavily damaged with no cogs protecting it. You just pop in a core and you're good to go. Whereas in the very harder levels, I believe you actually have to, well, at least in the past, according to the description, you actually had to fight to steal it. So I would assume we had to track one down on foot, shoot up all the defenders, and probably damage it to the point where you could just simply pop in your own core and be good to go. And I guess until then, you operate out of the sub. I don't believe the sub actually goes underwater between eruptions. I don't think that graphic is technically in the game yet. I'm sure it will be eventually. And I do not remember what I was doing. Mine destroyed research modules. So I need to track down research modules. Go to a water deposit and tech village and left mine. I also need to mine. I already mined production ones. So just need to go to research ones. So I need to go to an water deposit and tech village and mine research modules. Which I'm assuming is what will give me the ability to make more research modules. What did I come up here? I came up here for something, I can't remember what. Now I remember, I was going to put the schematics into the core. Guess I don't need to do that because they're already here. Why did it give me the ability to research them if they're already here? Oh, that's some spare stuff that'll be taking up storage space from now until the end of time. Oopsies. So yeah, now that I have more space, what I should probably do is I'll take down the basic workbench and plop it in back here. Move the bed. I guess I can't move the bed yet. Put that out. Put the bed here. Put primary control right there. So I have production tier 1, refining tier 1, research tier 1, and simple explosives 1. What other in research do I have available that I can make? I guess starter structures, but I need intel refinery for that. Do you think I have the 2 explorer heads that I need? I actually have 1 explorer head. They do not have the converters, but there they are. Gonna need some coal. I'll take that. Except I need more refinery tech for that, so I just basically made some research intel that I don't actually need at this moment. I'm sure I'll need it eventually. And I need the coal back. And grab the broken refinery module, and let's make some more refinery research. Yeah, I need refinery research tier 1 for starter structures, which I think is the only one of these that I don't already have listed in the core. And when I say core, it's basically the brain of the drill ship. Technically, that's the core, and technically it's damaged, so I should probably fix that somehow. I'm certain I can. Oh no, I can, from right there. But to access the core, you need the primary panel, which is this thing. And I did not grab it, did I? It just went to inventory, didn't it? I did make it, right? I guess not. I had the refinery refinery intel, but I didn't make the structure schematic. Okay, so now where is it? Oh, I must have already popped it in. Okay. So that should get me access. Yes, that gets me access to the floor. Hole in it, and I can build a ladder to get up. This allows me to put that there, and then I can put the ladder here. And that allows me to use this as a kind of extra space. So now, let's actually put the bed back there. So we're going to have the beds right here. Let's actually put that against the wall. Let's see what these icons are for. So there's all that. Can actually build a research module now, so let's go do that. Interesting. I need the intel. I know in the past I actually needed the broken refineries in order to make them, but now I guess I just simply need the intel for it, which is kind of nice. I remember one time I actually lost my refinery module. Not refinery, like a production mod. I lost one of these modules, and I couldn't build it until I found a broken replacement. So, well, let's put research back here. Also put the refinery back. That's the turret. The refinery back there as well, because I like keeping them even. Well, symmetrical, I guess. Why is the drill ship taking damage? The drill ship should not be taking damage. We're in the harbor. That makes a little no sense, but then again, like I said, still technically early access. Alright, so let's take this component and actually let's put it here, so that way, you know, I could be back here and then hit and if I need to get down an emergency, I can just hit that and it will drop the ship. Let's also move these workbenches upstairs, just simply because, well, I got no other purpose for them. Put that there. Put that there. Put that there. Yeah, so I have the bed and then the noisy workbenches. Let's actually put this down here by the door. And that way, I can take these down. I probably don't actually need 2 production stations. That's the research. Put the refinery one next to there. Put production next to that. Put the second production one just there, just because. And let's make a research one as well. Of course, I do have to go all the way up to the front just to get storage, so put the research one in front of the research module. There we go. you there. Then we'll have... No, not the spare coal, this stuff. And... looking for storage. One chest, okay. Make a chest. Make a storage module. I'll put this in the middle right here, so that way I can have access to the storage, even if it's in the back, even if I'm in the back. Take this panel off. Put it here. And so these panels are adjustable. It allows me to select various things that will tell me the inventory. So if I select copper bolts, copper tubes, copper plates, and copper bullet casings, it'll tell me exactly how many of each I currently have in storage. So I have 4 plates, 7 bolts, and 2 tubes, and 0 casings. So if I need to build, whatever, I can just simply look at a glance right here, and I could technically build another one for, well, in case I wanted to see more than 4 things. And I could also have various resources like coal and copper and iron and all that stuff available, so I could see, at a glance, my various resources. So small display. And also various things like the stat panel, which is how you access the core. Panel for manufacturing, which tells me the power consumption and all that stuff for manufacturing. Another one for systems. Actually, let me build a couple system controls as well. So these things allow me to remote access the various objects. So like for instance, like these, I can use them to open and close manufacturing and refining, whereas the system ones are storage, power, and the turrets. So I probably technically needed 3. Let's just move that now. So we'll put... You know what, let's actually put storage there, turrets there. Remove all this stuff as well. And I need 1 more of each. And I'm now technically out of plates. So I need to build more of those. Now the higher tier ones are more automated, so as I get more advanced facilities, I can technically upgrade it so that way I can have it set where it just produces not static, it automatically produces a bunch of resources as I burn through them. So we'll have power here. You know what I should do? All these off. So power, turrets, storage, then manufacturing, move these 2. Refinery, and then Intel. So now to turn everything on, we'll put here. So we'll just hit that to close everything down, because it's going to, the volcano is going to erupt in about 2 minutes, so we'll close up shop. Batten down the hatches, get rid of that so we can see. Get the drill ship below ground again. And so now that we're underground, here, so we'll have med kits there. And then we'll go with revolver ammo and shotgun ammo. And there's the volcano going off. Now look, a map. It's everything in the first area. So as I was saying, I'll have various storage facilities for, spare med pack, spare health kits, and then spare ammo, if I happen to have spare ammo. I should probably put more down somewhere. I'll put that stored right there. Should probably make one for grenades, but I don't think I have much in the way of grenades right now. So there's that so far, and in the past I actually put doors here and there. Let's go back up. So yeah, now that all the control panels are up, we can just basically go up, and once that stops, we just basically turn everything all on in a row. So power goes on first, then the defenses, then storage. Then we open up the manufacturing, refinery, and research. And there's that. Apparently we're low on turret ammo. How much do we have? I'm actually not seeing any. Interesting. Okay. So I guess that's one thing we need to make. What do we need to make turret ammo? Copper bullet casings and black powder. In fact, I need copper bullet casings and black powder for pretty much everything. So make 5 there. And I need to refine the black powder. Now that that's all made, make 5 things of turret ammo. I mean, I technically should make them in groups of 4 because I got 4 turrets, but that's another issue for another time. So yeah, that's interesting. I do kind of like all the new stuff that they added. Going to take some getting used to. But I guess that's what happens when you don't play an actively developed early access game for months upon a time. They just change things on you. So it's been interesting. I was not expecting to fiddle around in the drill ship for pretty much an entire episode, and I'm actually burning through power. So I need to actually make another power module. Get down. What do we need for module? Power. Power. I need 2 copper plates. Do I have any? I have 1 copper. Well, being made. Let's pop off the storage right here. Plop it on here. Grab the power plant. And put that here. And that should give us a small increase for energy. So we're now making more energy than we're producing. So the batteries will eventually recharge, and we should technically be good to go. I will admit, as I was saying before I got interrupted, realizing that I was overtaxing the batteries, I wasn't originally planning upon, just putting around the drill ship, moving things around, building some new stuff, looking at things, all that stuff. I had expected to go exploring, maybe actually attack some cog dropship drill ship, and I'll see somewhere new. That did not happen. I guess that's what we would be doing on a different episode, because I am calling it here. Everybody stay safe from the plague, and have a good day.